Take a fresh look at local3news.com. Coverage you can count on.
You know, a few months ago, we kind of changed our name here at the station, and we are now Local 3, because more than ever we realize how important it is when you live in a community to know that those who are bringing you information, who you're shopping with, who are servicing you, are also local in the community. So we enjoy being called Local 3. We don't hold the market, however, on the love of local. Brent Burks is here this morning. He is with the McMahan Law Firm, and he too wants to remind folks that he and Jay Kinnemer and the rest of the crew there at McMahan Law Firm very much local, born and bred, actually.
Very much so. Red Bank graduate, 1987. Baylor graduate for Jay, 1985. And so, and many more good folks there. I'd like to remind everybody we have 8 lawyers now, probably a 9th in January, and 25 or more support staff. And so we're here to help people.
Well, and the reason I say is that you know very well that any business is having to kind of get their advertising, if you will, out there. And so people hear the McMahan Law Firm, they hear the commercials on the radio with you and Jay, and see you on here with me, and they might think, well, I'm going to call them then. And you want to make sure that people know they really will have a chance to see one of you.
Absolutely. You know, what I like to tell the public is, you know, they've got a choice. We know that. There's other commercials. While this show's running, they'll see some other commercials. There's billboards all around the highways, and they need to ask themselves, some of these billboard attorneys, that attorney's not here in Chattanooga. They're an advertiser that's from another state, and they may see more in the future. And Jay and I are still here. We're right around the corner here from News Channel 3's studios. But very importantly, if they see me on a commercial or they hear me on the radio talking about something and they want me, they can ask for me, and they will meet with me, and I will handle their case. They want Jay, they can ask for Jay, and Jay will handle the case. Now, we have lots of attorneys helping us. They may meet with another attorney. That's good sometimes if you've got 2 attorneys on a case.
Sure.
We're proud of that. And so absolutely they've got a choice. We are here. We are local. We give back to this community. And it's just so important, all the advantages of local, Julie.
But well, let's talk a little bit about that, the advantages of local, because the fact that they are going to see one of you, you've got decades literally in the courtroom. Y'all are certified. 3 of your attorneys are board certified, which is
that's
special.
Crucial.
You have to explain why that is so crucial.
Well, it's an extra level of skill, of commitment. There's a rigorous all-day exam that we both had to take and pass, and they've actually lessened the requirements in the last few years because so few people could qualify for board certification. But it required, when I did it, 45 days of trial work all day, not a half day. Recommendations from judges, recommendations from other lawyers that I'd gone against. Now, mind you, you know, some of them I beat, some of them, you know, if I'm burning bridges at the same time, then these people aren't going to help me. But my style is to try to get the very best recovery I can for my client. It is not scorched earth. I treat all my adversaries with respect. I treat all my clients with respect. I treat the adversary defendants with respect. But I will fight for my clients, and I will get them what they're due under the law.
I think that's a really important thing to stress. Tell me if I've got this kind of right. Any industry is a small circle of people.
Absolutely.
Right, and then you talk about a town the size of Chattanooga. Outside people can come in, but the size of Chattanooga still is what it is. You treat somebody in the wrong way, now you've got a bad reputation, and for the next case to cross your desk, that client's going to have a harder time.
I have to remind people, you know, especially maybe in the divorce litigation, and we don't do divorce work, but I see that there's just this dog eat dog and let's attack. And some people see, and in TV, people see TV, right, and the lawyers are just ruthless and they're dishonest and they attack each other. And what I find is, every now and then I'll have a client say, well, you're not very mean to that other driver, you know, and you wouldn't yell at them, and you weren't, you know, horrible to them. And sometimes they'll say, you're awful friendly with that defense lawyer, and I'll turn to them and I say, do you want them to pay you or not? And your recovery will be greater because I'm honest with them and I tell them what I'm going to do. Now, they know I'm going to fight them hard in the courtroom. And people are amazed sometimes. We fight, and then when it's over, I hope you have a good night. Hope your wife's doing okay. You know, and it needs to be that way.
Right.
And so to answer your question, it benefits my clients to have the style that I do.
You talk about the recovery, you know, the payment, the payout. Not everything that you take, though, is like a car accident case. You see a lot of different
Anything involving an injury, I've talked to people about a lot of tragic situations, and sometimes it turns out there's no case, but they get a lot of comfort. A person recently called me about a tragic death, and there really was just probably nothing that could be done. It was just a tragedy, not involving a car wreck, and I don't want to say more, but I do that a lot. And of course there's no charge. I want to try to help them figure out, is there something legally that could have been done? But yes, we do premises liability cases, we do products liability cases, sometimes involving these drugs that get recalled or medical devices. We do some nursing home and hospital litigation. Really don't sue any doctors. I got too many friends that are doctors and they're helping my clients.
Right.
And so, but and we do Social Security Disability. We're the largest law firm as far as the volume of cases. We do that. We do workers' compensation, and we have a team of people that do that. And I still oversee a lot of those cases. So yeah, anything involving an injury, call us. It's free, and they actually should always talk to somebody before they just make decisions on their own.
Something else that strikes me in talking to you when I do is that you seem like you're a listener. And how important is that? Because
Thank you.
You see a lot of clients every week, I'm sure, and there could be a tendency maybe to want to, where the conversation's going to go, so you somebody, but you don't seem to do that.
Well, thank you. Well, I always tell people what we do is, we're a lawyer, right? But part of that is we're a psychologist almost to these people. People are having a hard time in their life. They've either got an injury that's really thrown things off. Maybe they can't quite make their payments, and I've been there. I grew up with not much, right? And I lived in a little dinky apartment in law school, and ate tuna 3 cans for $1. And I tell people that because I understand, I understand.
And there's no shame in that.
No, there's no shame in that. It's the American way. I worked hard to get where I'm at, but I try to listen to everybody because, number one, we can't take away their pain. A doctor or God can do that. But they've got this legal system that's just a morass for most people that don't know what to do. And we help guide them through that, and it provides them a comfort level of just knowing that they've got a team of people. They'll have a paralegal. They'll know my office manager's name and have her phone number.
Right.
And then they'll have me and not lots of times an associate attorney on the file also. And so it's a comfort level to help get them through that horrible time they're going through.
And I guess before I let you run, I know you wanted to point out the fact that you and Jay are the faces, but you're also the faces. People are
we're here.
But will people automatically see you at first, or do you kind of have to see the level of the case to know the right attorney to give them to?
They can ask for me. I would tell people many times another attorney could work on their case, but even most of the cases I'm not working on, or Jay's not working on, we talk about them.
Okay.
We still meet and talk about them. And at the very least, I'm always happy to come meet someone, shake their hand, get to know them, because I am a people person and I love this. That's one reason I love what I do, right? And I get to meet a lot of good people. And I find them to be just hardworking, honest people that are in a bad spot.
Well, we're glad that you're there to help them. So thanks for your time this morning, Brent.
Appreciate you, as always.
You can find Brent and Jay and the rest of the team at the McMahan Law Firm on Cherokee Boulevard. 265-1100 is their phone number. You can read more about them, their bios, where they went to school here in Chattanooga at McMahanLawFirm.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Count on School Patrol, taking you inside local schools so you know what's happening for